Well, it's real late tonight. I had to do some dough because the bagel machine broke. But I decided to get on here and do a little bit of a short podcast. Not really a podcast, but a video clip of something that happened that I wanted to share with you because I think it's important. About a week ago, I got a phone call from a friend that I hadn't talked to in a long time. And he lives out in New Jersey, and we spoke a little bit. We spoke in length about, what we were up to and what we were doing. And he sees the podcast, and he enjoys it. He enjoys it. And we talked about our kids and what have you. And he talked about his daughter trying out for a field hockey team. And I didn't know that they had tryouts, but I guess the teams are so large in New Jersey that they have tryouts. And one of the things that we were talking about, I said, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad thing if she got cut. And he kind of said, well, what do you mean? And I explained to him that, sometimes failure builds you back better. Sometimes failing at something you try so hard to get makes you better. Makes you a better person, builds character, makes those calluses on your hands a little bit tougher. And I've learned that all through my years in life. I've had a ton of failures, some major. I've been so dumb that I've done it twice. I got a PhD in dumb. I have so many failures. But each failure that I have, each one I've ever done, I've always learned from it. Something, even if it's a little bit. I've always felt that sometimes failure is your best learning tool because it shows you what your makeup is. Whether you're going to break and just pack it in, or you going to fight to the end. Now, everyone in our family, we're fighters. So we will fight. We'll fight to the end. I don't know one that's a quitter in our family. And I like to hang out with people that are fighters. I like to hang out with people that don't quit because that quitting is contagious. And at the end of our conversation, he said, you're right. It wouldn't be so bad if she was cut because she has succeeded at every level in her life. And I can remember the first time my son experienced failure, boxing. He's going in at 6-0, fighting a guy from Philadelphia. He was 6-0, and then he became 6-1. And he came back to me, and he was so upset because he said, "I didn't want to let you down." But I said, "No, it's okay. You failed at winning the fight, but you won because of what you went through." He's going to take that experience and move further. He's going to take that experience of losing and say, I don't want to feel that way anymore. He's going to train harder. Now, his last fight, he won. Then, he's taking a break now, and he's concentrating more on football right now, and that's okay. But you can tell that failure that he had pushes him and drove him. It drove him to all of a sudden excel at football. And it's a failure that really wasn't a failure at the end of it all because he's learned so much to accept the failure and say, well, I have to learn. So I know my friend watches the podcast all the time. He tells me about it. We talked about it just the other day. And what I have to say is this. She didn't fail. She learned an important lesson, that she has character. She will come back, and she will succeed. Remember, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. Thank you.